Welcome to another episode of the APL Spotlight Series. Amazing guests from all over the world with incredible insights, experiences, talents, and they're quite often giving service to others. They have a super high vibe frequency. I call that love, and they're kind enough to show love as much as they can and to share it with others to kind of light their hearts up and get them going in their own respective lives. A lot of folks are healers. We've had a White House physician to the US president. We have a nurse coming back on, but she's also a total intuitive healer and an amazing talent show host and much more. I'll do a proper introduction in just 10 seconds. But Rachel, welcome back on the show. You were one of my original guests 3 years ago, episode 11, and you were on Mind, Body, Spirit Panel 9. It's great to have you back on.
Thank you so much for having me back on. I'm super excited to be here today.
And I've already started to try to rope you into episode 342 showing in September, so people can check that out. You'll know after this if she wants to come back on. You'll see her in September on the main show. Let me just mention Rachel's background. She's a nurse, RN, CCH, if I've got the designations right, Akashic
That's correct.
Records. Yeah, Angels, show host, not one show, multiple shows. And she's got the experience in earlier parts of her life that helped set the foundation so she could stay so open and keep moving forward on behalf of others. So total talent, and I think that's it for the intro. I love having you here. You got a kitty cat. I'm assuming that's a kitty cat.
You too. I have Simba here. Hello.
Awesome. And I've got a cat who wanders by. That's Presley, named after Elvis Presley.
Love that.
Um, and I have a Labradoodle named Paisley who's somewhere around here too. She just tried to buy. Okay, I'm going to give you $1 trillion question. This isn't to put you on the spot, but something's up with Earth, mankind. There's a lot of complexity and structure and control and censorship going on without getting too detailed.
Yes.
How do you like to describe what we're all in store for? Is this an opportunity for more growth and expansion for all of us?
Absolutely. I feel like this is a time for a lot of people that, you've been on the spiritual path for a long time, but there's a lot of people who are now turning to the spiritual path, and there's a lot of disconnection from the matrix. And like it's like tapping into this inverted matrix where love and source are the answers and going within. And I think it's a real time now to go back to community and going back to love. Like that's all that you do, love and be of service. And yeah, absolutely. This is a powerful time for us. And it's also an amazing time to really disconnect from this kind of false narrative and this false truth. So it's an interesting time to be alive right now because you can see people like with the overwhelm and the chaos. And it's like, no, you got to go within, you got to go to your community, you got to go to your tools, you got to go to love, which is like the center of everything. So it's a very interesting time for sure.
If it's a if it's a Frank Sinatra, and he was in a couple mafia movies or crime movies, but when he was skinny and really young, like 1930s, 40s, but also much later, he played a detective in Miami in a couple of those. I think it was like something Rome. And my point on this is we're kind of like in a detective mafia movie. There's syndicates out there. And I
Ooh,
didn't realize how extensive the syndicates were worldwide and how much they don't like each other. Sometimes they work together, but I think that's something people are going to have their eyes open to. And yet, let's switch away from that and
sure, of course,
talk about the heart
of
and
course.
talk about why love is so important. How do you like to describe that?
I just feel like love or above, the frequency of love and being in that resonance of love, joy, happiness, excitement, it's just that's where we're going to be able to resonate and where we can start working with. I mean, you work with all these powerful, amazing beings. So pulling in like the angel support and the galactic support. And if we're not resonating in these higher frequencies, we're not going to be able to kind of shift away from this reptilian mindset, from this control, from this cabal, like from this, dissonance, and if you are in the heart center and everything resonates from the heart, it's like you can weed through the chaos a lot easier, and you can shift out of fear, which, false expectations appearing real, fear is not real. You're just like, everything's going to be okay. If we turn on the news right now, we're like, whoa, like, it's like, oh, and it's not even worth it. Don't even put yourself in that kind of space. And Yeah, love everything, love or above. You always want to be in that energetic frequency of love and above, and let it ripple out to all of those people that could be in the space of fear and, oh my goodness, like doomsday. How many, like, the world's gonna end? No, it's not. Gaia, Mother Gaia, she's like, guys, buckle up. We're going. The galactics are here. Like, we're ready. Like, the light workers are being tapped on. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna have you tap your listening skills for on behalf of us all, the audience, but mankind, humanity, in just a little bit. And I
Sure.
have to say thank you. I am grateful because the second you said love and above, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Since April, but it was really earlier because you taped your April 2023 show, episode 11 on angels, positivity, and love. You taped it earlier, like a couple months earlier. You said love and above, and I've been using that phrase ever since, and I have credited you at least,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, 500 tapings. I have mentioned your
Oh
name
my
at least
gosh.
10 times. I don't know how many times I've really said it, but I say love and above as much as I can. And it was Rachel Garrett, Rachel Garrett, Rachel Garrett right now who deserves all the credit for really just hitting me like a Mack truck with it's a Ford Mack truck with love and above. So thank
Yeah,
you.
gotta be love and above. Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
you mentioned a lot just now, and I do want to try to tap into some of those
Sure.
topics, but let's get Archangel Michael right now just jumping in. What's
Love
a
it.
quick comment from him for all of us about how to measure or balance? There's going to be a lot of stuff revealed. You can end up reacting to it, or you can be like, okay, and then
I
let it
want
go.
I feel like from Archangel Michael, you're safe, you're not alone. I'm here, you're protected. Let's work together.
And what's Charlotte say about what's ahead for all of us?
I feel like there's like happiness and joy coming in with Charlotte, and it's like, get on your dancing shoes.
Aw. What have you had to let go of in the last 3 years since I saw you that
Oh,
you didn't realize was holding you back, but has left you more joyful now that you want to share?
that's I want to say that, I experienced a lot of loss in 2025, and I feel like there's a lot that shifted for me. One, death is not a doorway. Death is a doorway. Even though that somebody has passed, they're still with us. So death is a doorway, and that people that are in a physical body that pass away, we can still connect with their beings. I've had a really, really close friend that passed last year, and that really kind of left a hole within me. But I feel her all around me all the time, and I feel like she reconnects me to people like yourself. And she's like, "Hey, let's go." What's also shifted is kind of this feeling of not being afraid to connect with galactic beings. Like, I really started pulling in light language. I started pulling in, like, my skills, my abilities, my spirituality has really shifted. And I've also taken the pressure off perfection. Like, it's like, who cares? Like, I hate to say that, but I feel like everything's going to be okay. That there's beauty in just being authentic and just being yourself and speaking your truth, and being, I think, for people wanting to take up space. Like, everybody has a purpose here, and we all have permission to take up space. So I think that's probably what shifted in the last 3 years. More so, like, 2026 feels like this powerful awakening energy, whereas 2025 felt like I had to surrender. I had to really go within, go back to divine, reconnect my source, my inner being, because when you get knocked off your path a little bit, you're just like, oh, oh. But now I'm back.
I'll put up Joy, an angel who's the
Joy, joy,
emotion
joy.
joy. And if you don't mind using your hands somehow, it could be off camera, it could be treating her like a fireplace. Feel her sparkle, her joy coming through energetically in addition to words.
Yeah. I have that
And
song, joy, 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 down in my heart, down in my heart.
and what's she have as a reminder for everybody?
Again, like, she's saying love her above too. She's like, get it, get
Now,
it.
do you have the t-shirt line "Love and Above" yet lined up?
No.
It's so easy to set up. You got to do it. Okay, one more angel before we dive back into societal
Sure.
stuff. Min, what does she say in spite of all the global conflict, the
Mm.
organizations not being what they said they were, whether it's the press, modeling, shipping art globally? This is going to sound complex, but the medical establishment is upside down right now, and others. What does she say about all the human stuff? Is it an unwinding to get things sorted out?
she's what I have coming through is like there is a collective consciousness that is banding, and we're all coming together to really seek out truth, and that there's going to be a massive crumbling.
Yeah. Um, what's something lately that has just been an incredible, I'm going to use a word I've never said, like a revelation. What's something that it's just a flash and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know, and you want to share?
I will say that, and I think you touched on this before, is that I really didn't know that there's a select, and maybe I shouldn't go down this path, but this is what kind of like woke my eyes up, was that I didn't realize that the powers that control us is really just a select few, and that there's power in numbers if
I
we all
didn't know
start.
either
I
at
didn't
all.
either, and
I
now I'm like,
didn't.
what? Excuse me?
I'll
Like,
buy you a little time, and I'm going to put up four archangels for you to just listen to because it's such a difficult topic. First, if you don't know, you don't know. But
right.
if you know, you know. I'm quoting a famous podcast host out there. And until you know, it's not really good for other people to tell you. It's better you get shocked and learn on your own because you could be football team A or football team B, or we're talking political
Yeah.
parties or anything. And you
Right.
were sure your football team was really good, and you
Mm.
didn't realize that it's not quite what you thought. It's more complex. How about that? And it
Yes.
goes back in time more, and nothing is what it seems. It's like a Robert Ludlum novel. If you ever read those 1980s Robert Ludlum spy books, you start off, there's a normal plot line, but within 50 pages, your main character, the professor, his whole world's upside down. Half of the people are dead. Everybody who was safe is now trying to kill him, and he's on the run. And they're the greatest books ever. But here's four archangels for you. I'm going to mention just media because I was a public relations guy for
Yes.
16 years in New York. I got paid over $200,000. I put people on the front page of the Wall Street Journal 12 times, front page of the business section, New York Times, Fortune, you name it. But the
Crazy.
press is not the same anymore. I could not
No.
possibly do the job today. And they are not reporting news anymore. It's
Mm.
more fashion stories for you to consume. So, with that, I did one industry. What do four archangels suggest a way to tiptoe through this gently and love and above? And that's Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel there.
To send compassion to yourself and to send compassion to others.
And compassion is releasing fears and judgments. What else is compassion?
Compassion is just being gentle on yourself, and to maybe this is what I have coming through, and you can be like, Rachel, I feel like it's compassion to know that it's okay that you didn't know what you didn't know. And now, but okay, it's also okay to be able to take off the blinders and to really seek truth, and to really seek, like, okay, but compassion is also discernment, and to really tap into your discernment chip within you. Like, is this real? Is this not real?
I'm going to give Charlotte a chance to be really humorous. Now, if you have the blinders ripped off too quick, you might be like, oh my God, I thought those people were good leaders or safe or that organization or this. We're rescuing this type of individual out there, and yet they're the opposite. They're doing cartel work. If you learn the truth about an organization or a person or whatever, and you're shocked, what does Charlotte say how to handle the shock? Is it jump around for 3 days, but then let it go and
She's like, shake it off. I have Taylor Swift coming out. Shake it off.
if you have a
Shake it off.
pool, I suggest jumping in.
Yeah,
And
water's cleansing. Get it.
exactly. I'll read four more random, like from Jesus and angels,
Okay.
definitions of compassion, but I'd like for you to get it's a trampoline effect. You'll give us something else.
Okay.
Jesus, about 10 years ago, said compassion is open eyes and open heart.
Mm.
Um, I borrowed Raphael's. He said compassion is releasing fears and judgments. I remembered something in 15 years. Yay. Um, Okay, here's Dale. He said, compassion is just being and trusting the outcome to be of the highest intent for all. And we'll definitely be going there. And last one from Mac, don't call her Mackenzie. She's everything plants, animals, and nature. Green angel photo. She said, compassion is treating every moment with the awareness of a newborn baby. Where do you want to
Ooh.
take us with all those?
I I I like the newborn baby, and I like the feeling. Yeah, it's almost like seeing it with new eyes, like seeing a situation with new eyes. And I also feel like compassion brings in empathy for yourself and for others. And just because you don't necessarily understand what somebody is going through doesn't mean you can't have empathy for it. And even though it may not feel like we have control of things, but our beings shape our reality. And I think if you shift into an energy of compassion, your reality can shift.
Okay, now I've never tried to really tackle this on a show in 500 tapings. Now, 100, you're the 100th APL Spotlight Series show
Holy
releasing later
moly,
today.
so many shows.
Congratulations. And we're hitting 300 released. We're already past 300 taped for the
Wow.
main show. And then I've done like 70 individual ones. Then we have
Holy
mind, body,
moly.
spirit panels, which we got to get you back on one of those.
Holy
Um,
moly.
I want to tackle negativity only briefly.
Oh, like this.
And I'll take 20 seconds at it. I have seen like negativity as black light in
Mm.
small little amounts in the past. And one time I remember in my house in Austin 2 houses ago, I had a very happy house, crystals everywhere, flowers, animals. I was like, where are you going to go? And I think a window was open. I was like, bye-bye. And it was gone. So that was a little negativity. And I know once in New York, and I'll say this very carefully, someone had gotten jumped for a long time by a really it rhymes with like mnemonic entity. And so that was one where my knees were seizing up at night, my legs were upright. I gnashed my teeth for like 7 years afterwards. It was a real experience. Made that person made most people cry. I think I might have teared up being in their presence, but stood my ground and I did what I was supposed to do, and I don't look back on that. And that was about it. Here's Gabriel to
Mm.
suggest how to approach the topic, because there's not just evil or bad stuff. There's even beyond it, kind of guiding it a little bit here. And we need to be careful on how we say all this stuff. How are angels or galactic beings or the high vibration? How is everything just going to be a-okay regardless?
Well, I love that you bring in Gabriel because Gabriel is all about speaking your truth, and you call on Gabriel to tell you things, to speak it in a way that people can understand it. And what I feel like he's coming through and saying is that you can't empower the negativity. Like, and I look at negativity as gnats, like ants, flies, like just little specks, and I want to say this. It's almost like it's okay if there's a little bit of negativity. You have to be willing to look at it, understand it, and shift away from it. You have to be like, okay, this doesn't resonate with me. This is not love or above. This is hatred. This is evil. This is this. Feel into it, look at it, shift it, transmute it, and release it out your window, like you said.
Mm.
And also, what is coming up too, what he's saying is you got to have energetic protections, energetic boundaries. He's like, keep talking, Rachel. You have to protect yourself. It's like you talk about the Selenite consciousness. Bring in the Selenite consciousness. Bring in Mary. Bring in Jesus. Bring in these protections. Bring in Gabriel. Bring in the angels. And then that negativity, even though it's only powerful you allow it to be. It's only there if you want to shift into that victim mindset. If you want to shift into that, oh, poor me. Like, no, cancel, 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 cancel. Keep it moving. No, thank you. And you can shift out of it once you identify it and you're like, okay, this person is a lot for me right now. What I do when I leave a situation, I will physically wipe off my body. I'm going to get that selenite that he just pulled out. I'm going to tap on Mike's, selenite consciousness and be like, whoo, energy follows intention, doesn't it? And I'm okay. And I can feel it. Like I can feel that energy of that selenite right now. It's like in my heart and it's pulling out. Like it feels amazing.
Let's do selenite right now. This is a selenite.
What?
I don't know what it's called. Wand, point, something, crystal. And so selenite crystal consciousness globally, if you don't mind bringing it in, you'll hear a voice. You can get a sound bowl concert all around. I know that's a lot for some people to hear, but jump to your heart, and your heart's already a great listener and can connect fully. So if you need to put your hands up like it's a fireplace at home, do it. Ask angels to get you out of your head. This is my only rule or structure is just, hey, angels, get me out of my head into my heart. Make it nice. Amen. Rock and roll. Thank you. Whatever works. Set your intent. But let the selenite speak to you, but let the selenite do a physical in the room sound bowl concert. And then what's selenite, usually these days, a female voice. What is she saying about how to stay in the light?
Just make the decision.
I'll put up Big Mary, but I'm going to do classic if you're from Ireland watching right now. And I love this when podcast show hosts, whatever, on YouTube say this, but what city are you from? What country are you from? Put it down. Put an emoji down if you're shy. Subscribe, like, share. What has Rachel already shared with us that you've enjoyed? Um, Here's Mary, classic Mary. If you're from Ireland, you have to have her this way. I've got a modern Mary for you in just a second. Lock her in if you need to this way. And then I have a historical photo. I'm borrowing somebody, but they are super high vibe in this photo. Their eyes will start sparkling more, smiling more. You can catch rainbow glitter in the room around you. Here's Big Mary. She said once, "Love is a constant. Open your eyes to find love." Rachel Garrett, what are you getting from Mary right now?
Oh, I'm just getting more of a feeling of unconditional love. There's a lot of energy that's coming in. It's coming through like
Are
I'm
you
like,
getting any glitter? Are you getting light moving around?
I'm getting light moving around and I'm getting like a definite, it's interesting because it's actually going through my root chakra and it's like helping me to stay grounded just because there's so much energy of like unconditional love coming in. And it feels like rose quartz and it's just a lot. I'm like, it's just a lot, guys.
I didn't do it. Uh, Blame Canada on this one. Okay. Um, here's so close your eyes and let Mary give you either a light symbol, touch on the shoulder, kiss on the cheek. There's 1 million ways for her to interact with you. Touch you on the forehead and do the India guru thing. Touch you on the back of the head. High five you. If you put a hand out like you're getting $50 off camera, not for me. Yep. Let her hold your hand, like as if she's a sister walking into the room holding your hand. You can feel a physical Mary hand and just say, got it when you got it.
Got it.
Awesome. Then have her give you a little squeeze and then something very private for you. You might get emotional, but that's okay. And then something for all of us about how there's a bigger plan and not to worry.
Yeah, she's just saying that everything's going to be okay.
There are three Native American chiefs, Dolne, Frederick, Geronimo, which I will totally put up in a second. They said about Mary, she's love, she's everything we need. If we all had her faith and trust, there'd be no more need for fear or worry. I think I got the quote just right. There's not a lot I can remember in 15 years, but I'll put up older Geronimo. It's Dolne, Frederick, Geronimo. I'll do Dolne and Red Shirt to do the drum roll for Geronimo. He steals the show. You'd think angels would or a galactic being. Here's Dolne. He's wisdom with some humor, unconditional love, Native American chief, actual historical figure on the other side. You can catch like tobacco or sweetgrass in the air very gently. And he's a sweetie. What are you getting from him?
It's interesting. I'm actually getting drumming and it's like reconnecting back with my heart. It's like
Yay.
going with this the rhythm of your heart, going with the rhythm of the earth. I like that.
And I have the gentlest mom in the world now, Red Shirt. It's not a manly description, but he's a Lakota Sioux chief wearing a U.S. presidential medal. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt gave it to him. Here's Red Shirt. He's such a sweetheart.
I like that. I'm getting flowing waters. Flowing waters.
And then Geronimo is like action, dry wit, humor. He's very slang. The other two are proper and formal. He's like, yeah, nah, duh. You already know the answer. Or the Bowery Boys, if anybody knows those 1930 films, very street smart Brooklyn. And he's answering before you can finish the question. What question would you like to ask him about humanity? Say it out loud
I guess what is it that we need to know right now that's for our best and highest good?
and let him come in like a lightning bolt and catch tobacco or juniper or cedar or pine in the air. What are you getting now?
I'm getting like, listen, lady. Like,
Okay.
listen, lady. Whew. It's like, and he's telling me that I don't. So my cat normally doesn't join me in interviews, and there's definitely this like power of reconnecting back with the animals, and
Mm.
like being outside and really like honoring. You brought it in earlier, like tree wisdom, honoring the elementals, honoring like the plants. Like it's like going back to nature and going back to basics. So it is interesting that my cat's actually in here with me because normally he's not.
Well, I'll put up dolphin consciousness next.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. As soon as an eBay your package was delivered notice goes off my phone. There we go. Okay. It
Oh,
just popped up. And so here's dolphin consciousness. If you don't mind
yes.
closing your eyes and seeing a whole pod, Joy the angel will be a pink dolphin kind of leading at the front of the crowd. Hear the squeaking, but you can get bubbles in the air all around you as light, so you're not underwater. but the bubbles are like swirls. They're squeaking. They're saying hi here. Pure English from half of them. And what's their message to humanity? Because they've been around a long time and they're super smart and they're almost like another alien species. They're really cool.
They're getting that it's okay to communicate with them and that they're telling me that it's okay to be playful and to be joyful.
Okay, I'm going to do universal light because I just saw the photo and it's impossible to have a photo of universal light and love. But love and above, and we got the number one expert on love and above on the planet. And I took this photo of a hummingbird feeder made out of glass,
Oh,
and then I took it a couple days later, and it's a totally different set of colors. But here's the highest vibe one. And if you don't mind letting these colors come through and let a few light beings come through, I'm going to mention Grace the light being. There's Grace the angel. She's rainbow light. But Grace the light being is orange light, enthusiasm. And she can show as a human, just like any of the other angels who can show as full on humans. So don't think, even though they're like whales and angels are like dolphins, they can still show up as humans. I didn't know that since till like last summer. Okay, here's that photo. Let a couple colors. Which colors are immediately jumping out at you?
the lavender and Saint Germain is actually coming through.
Okay, and close your eyes and get something very special here. Music and get light language coming in. And then even breathe a little extra 1 millimeter through the mouth and feel it all explode another 50% bigger or 100% bigger. And get a very concrete message that you're like, oh, and what'd you get that you can share out loud?
I'm getting that we're actually getting a cleansing of our Christ consciousness chakra, which is located on the back of your neck, and that everyone is if they're willing to receive it, will get this energetic activation of your Christ consciousness chakra now.
Okay. And here's the other version.
Oh,
Different
I love
day.
that.
These are iPhone photos, and I'm not supposed to say that. Tinkerbell kind of looks like she's the fairy right in there.
Yes.
And have somebody come through to you and just get one more message for us all.
I have Archangel Sarah is actually stepping forward, and she's saying that it's time to bulldoze down things that are false narratives.
Oh, here's Ginger the fairy one way, and here's Ginger the fairy another way,
Oh, I love
and then here's her another way,
that.
and here's her one more. Hold on, I got lost. I don't have. I'm not in my right fairy section here. Nope. Okay, now I got it. Here's her one more way. It's not coming through as well when it's three screens. An iPhone and two screens don't work. But here's Ginger the normal way. Silver Flexolite, like a silver sparkler 4th of July, those 6-inch ones that even they give to kids. Have her come in. She's as good as an astrophysicist. I think fairies get short shrift, but she's very firm on something right now. What's she firm about?
That's interesting. She's firm on connecting with your multi-dimensional self and that connecting with all timelines of yourself into really pulling that in.
Let's show that off in just a second, but let's go on a total digression.
Okay.
You've got a cat in your lap. Hear from
I do.
Charlotte. You don't have to share anything out loud. How many past lives have you had with that soul that's your kitty cat right now in your lap? Don't say it out loud.
Okay.
Just get the number and be like, whoa. Close your
That's a
eyes and
lot.
get a flashback to one of those. Don't find out that you were the husband that is your wife in your lap. But my point is, get a little flashback and just say, whoa. Let her do a
Oh,
little reveal. Yeah. And then Charlotte, one more thing about how we're so interconnected, we would if we only knew, we would start laughing hysterically.
okay.
Okay, now what does she say about disclosure? There's a lot of serious people running around, and even when it
Oh,
comes out, they're going to control it or generate
yeah.
fear. What does she say about how to handle the concept that, hey, we're not alone in life?
She says you already know.
I'll do. Would it be okay to do an Arcturian who's totally fun? Can
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he can hack human humor. I'm going to use the Wikipedia picture, but he says it's
Arcturians are
7.
amazing.
Yeah, he says it's 7% too bulbous in the back, so I'll trim it in a little bit. But when they hack human humor, they can sometimes accidentally tell the punchline first. Okay, here you go, and then there's the full, and then I'll do that to adjust it. If you don't mind catching a lot of levels of communication going on all at once.
Yeah. They're
And what
all about architecture. They're all about like your blueprint and your computer system spiritually.
and what does the Arcturian say? Let's just pick a life form that's not love and above. Let's say it's reptilian. What does the Arcturian say about that whole situation? Just out of luck?
Just don't buy into it. It's interesting. It's more like it's like you're disconnecting from it now. It's like unplugging you.
Going to a bigger and better concert.
I like
Got
that.
it. You're at a festival and that stage,
Going the Rolling Stones.
yeah, it's not as much fun and it's hot over there and you can just,
Yeah.
yeah, there's better
Just
breeze and
go.
better
Go in your
bands.
pod. Go there. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Um, let's bring in the woman from Sirius. I'll show a Sirian as drawn by AI, but it comes nothing close to how she really looks. But I'll just show it for assistance purposes.
Mhm.
You already met her before the show. Green flowing outfit, tight with forest consciousness here on Earth. If you could close your eyes and let her come in, woman from Sirius. Not trying to sound too serious here, but unconditional love. And what's her reminder for us all?
I am actually like I feel like she wants to pull in light language. If that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Give me a second. My cat just jumped on me. I don't know if you can feel that. I can feel it in my head.
We had three guests who do light language on as a panel.
Oh, I
Just
love that.
yeah, the most recent panel. I think it's Mind Body Spirit Panel 24 with Gabriella Garbash in Australia, outside of Melbourne.
Nice.
Carissa Sims in Colorado, and Annalisa Litton in California. So they've each been on the
Amazing.
show maybe 2 to 3 times,
Yes.
and we got them together, and it was intense in a good way.
Yes.
Remember, folks, if it's ever too tense, you want to grab somebody and go camping.
I can't.
Okay. Um, I'm going to bring Minn back in. She's got a serious background. Again, we're not trying to be too serious, but she's an angel today, and my guardian angel, 80,000 other people's guardian angel. She's a soft spoken professor. She's light waves of energy and water, Mother Hawaii, if you prefer. I'll blow through this microphone if you don't mind catching a little bit of Hawaii in the air and hibiscus, maybe. Here comes that whoosh.
I can smell it.
And what does she have as a keep it real, keep it simple, keep it real simple sort of message?
Being okay with it's interesting because I feel like she's bringing in the medical field, like being okay with questioning if I don't want if something seems it's going down two different path. If something seems to be good too good to be true, question it. And also like it's okay to say no and it's okay to get a second opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to try to be as gentle as possible to an industry that's about to implode. Has the medical industry potentially gotten out over their tips of their skis? What does she say? Quite possibly not commenting.
She's saying that
Is it like everything else?
it's like it's interesting. It's like big pharma is what's coming through and like maybe tapping back into Chinese medicine, going back to holistic healing. It's okay to have Western medicine, but question it.
Okay. Beautiful. And I love, like, I learned the word complex from angels like in 2012, 13. Anything that's not love and above gets labeled as complex, and half the time they leave it at that and they don't touch it. They're just like, it's complex, leave it alone. It's good. And I
Some
love
things aren't
that.
meant to be shared.
Yeah. At first I was like, wow, we're not going to get into it. Are you sure? And then I'm like, oh, no, it's okay to leave it alone. Here's Charlotte. What's one more reminder that where you put your focus is where you put it, how you spend your energy is how you spend it.
Grounding. Got to make sure you're grounded and centered.
And that
Got to
allows
make
for a broader perspective. And
it allows for you to manifest things into your physical reality and to shift your reality faster.
Okay, with your permission, I'll put my hand up in Texas, but it's only 11 above. We're shepherded by a lot of angels, and again, they're running the show here. I'll put my hand up if you could put your hand up in New York, not your bill paying side, your fun side. Yep, exactly. What do you feel right now on the palm of your hand?
I'm feeling like a lot of crystalline energy. Oh, I got dizzy. I feel fluorite, which helps
Oh,
you to focus.
okay.
So, yeah, yeah.
Don't brush your teeth with that crystal. Okay, here comes. I'm going to whoosh you one time, but if you could let that grace the light being come in, orange light, enthusiasm, love her. She's fun. And I'll whoosh once and then close your eyes and be on a beach and see her full on. Here it comes. When you're on the beach, you can put your hand down. And if you don't mind seeing another pet on the beach that is one of your favorite pets, maybe on the other side, could be a horse, could be not horsing around cat, could be anything. And catch one of the angels, at least Michael, Joy, Charlotte, Minn. Minn's kind of Pacific Princess. I never predict how she shows. Say, got it when you got it. Let Tink and Jin show up as 14-year-olds are probably grabbing wakeboards or boards to go right out and start surfing.
I
And
like
you
it.
can see me much further down. I'll be orange light waving high with bubbles. Just Charlotte will supervise me so I don't say too much. And here's something from Grace the Light Being. And then if you want to see your soul in the background, it'll either be Aurora Borealis up in the sky, or you can see your higher self that's just, oh my God, I'm saying jacked. Jacked with energy on the beach. She'll be right next to me. Your higher self. Have that voice come in very strongly. And what's some messaging, multiple messages for humanity right now?
So I'm having it's really time to connect with our galactic selves. It's time to pull in our galactic beings. I do have the Lyrians here. It's also advising us, or I don't want to say challenging us, but asking us to really start connecting in with the meridians and the grids of the planet, sending love that will help this disclosure to not be as such a shock, and that you're not alone. I know that it's always the message, but you're not alone. But there's a lot of, and also like to connect in with the highest timeline of your desires, of your future being. Like that's like connecting in and pulling in that highest timeline.
I'll put up a photo that I use for. I've got a Lyran, a woman from Andromeda, a woman from Orion, a woman from Sirius, a Pleiadian Heinrich Eric A. Will bring him in just a
I
second.
love that.
An Arcturian and a Lyran. I think that should be six. I can never lose keep track. Plus Lemurian energy and light beings, whatever. But here's what I use for the woman from the Lyran. And the bottom line is this is just a good way to go. Um, Close your eyes and see her how she wants to come across. And she's my representative, whatever you want to call it, the my primary Lyran. Yeah, let her come in. She'll completely come in with probably more golden light or something. But get something very private from her to you. And then if you don't mind breathing more, and she'll give you something for public consumption. Not like you're on a show being taped right now.
She's actually like tapping us on our third eye. And she's like, okay, open. Going
Oh,
faster.
open sesame, open sin sim. What are you gonna do? I'll
Open.
show I'll show a little bit of light on my hands. Did I light sage and blow it earlier?
Yes.
On air?
No.
Okay. We did it before the show. I always forget to do it. I'm gonna light a little bit of sage. And why settle for sage? I get it. It's linear and that's cool. But you can catch sage smoke. You can catch tobacco if you're really preferring that. You can catch flowers, ocean, or one after the other. What will you allow for is the rub with all of this today.
Mm.
Okay, so here's the sage smoke. You're already getting it in New York. Ask for something else. Get a touch it in the small of your back, on your shoulder, forehead. I doubt a tug of the ear, but you never know.
Hmm.
And what are no limits about? Are no limits really no limits? Or is it being childlike, innocent, stepping away from duality?
We're limitless beings,
Oh.
and you can connect in with your um oh, it's interesting. I have inner child coming in, like connecting. Oh, it's connecting with the womb. going back to your womb, going back to your womb say self, like, and really like tapping in with your, it's interesting. There's a lady that I work with and she talks about connecting with your phoenix child, your phoenix self, your womb self. And I feel like all these, it's like almost all of our energetic beings is coming in.
I'm gonna find a quote. I'll plug my book because it's my show and I don't do it enough. But it hit number one
Woohoo!
twice in August and September of last year because I was on coast to coast.
Woohoo!
Yeah, a second time. First time, I didn't know how to track a book, so it hit number two, but it might have hit number one back then. I'm going to try to read just the very quickest amount. Here it is. It's the appendix section. It's literally like a 15-minute read. And seven angels step forward. I took photos of angels. They're doing all the work here. And if anyone thinks I wrote this book, you're crazy. Clearly not my language. An appendix on what's up with mankind, why angels now. Awareness for mankind is on the horizon. Call it a spiritual awakening if you wish. It's a chance for all to grow. Mankind is ready for more unconditional love and compassion for all, and more compassion by all for all is needed. Mankind is ready for change from rat race mode. Happiness is obtained in the absence of ego. Ego is afraid to be vulnerable, to let go, and to be in the unknown. Again, there's nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Move past seeing the negative. Compassion can be taught through one's actions. How? Slowing down would do a world of wonder for most people. Doing it consistently is where the problems and opportunities lie, so stay present. Start right now. Letting go means less thinking. Do not get lost in perceived tasks, roles, ego, etc. Being in the moment is to do compassion for all. What's your reaction to that?
I love that. I think that's beautiful. I think it's like definitely anyone go and get that book right now because it's exactly what we need. No, it's exactly what we need to hear right now. Like it's exactly
He's
what we
one
need
of
to hear
the
right now.
he's one of they 100% wrote that. Hear from him uh something about, I don't know, just it's available. You don't need a book and you don't need a podcast. You don't need people. You
No,
can go within and you won't go without.
it's also like remembering that divine comes in whispers. But also, like, if you don't I like this. If you don't understand something, if you feel like you're getting that intuitive hit, which we all get intuitive hits, you see something, you feel something, you smell something. And if you don't understand it, ask for your team to give it to you in a way that makes sense and like challenge them to like give them time parameters is what I have coming in. Like, tell me in 20 minutes, like, give it to me,
I
but
like that.
give it to me in a way that I can understand it, that it makes sense. Because if you're like getting a massive angel wing and you're still doubting it, like, they're going to smack you, like, in a nice way.
I always say be pushy. It's okay. They'll brush you back like it's a pitcher and you're a baseball player getting skimmed by the ball. If you're being too pushy, they're going to let you know. But otherwise, be pushy. If you don't ask, you don't get. I'm going to show my pooch Joy, named after the
Oh,
angel Joy. She crossed the Rainbow Bridge in October, and it was her time to go. And
oh,
she's a sweetie. I love her, but I'll tell a quick story, and then I'd love for you to share something where you had an encounter with an angel, briefly, dream time, anything. The universe stepped in. But I walked into two different bathrooms during the day, and it was a half bath and a full bath master bedroom. And I'm like looking real quick each time to my right, and it's a little postage size stamp of white light coming towards my hip, and it was Joy. I wasn't sure because when this stuff happens, the brain kicks in and you're like, what did I just
mm,
see? What did I just see? What did I just see? And I'm so slow on that, where I'm usually like, out of here, get to here, and then you're like, it's my dog
so
saying
true.
hi, Joy the dog, like the Ohio State, if you watch an NFL game. Um, she's like, it's not Joy the angel, it's Joy the dog. She's very particular about that. What have you had happen? Is it a relative? Is it one of your angels always popping in? What would you like to share?
I love that. So this brings me, I would say this is my most clearest because I work with angels a lot, but this was my most visual example of working with the angels. One of my family members was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. This was like 3 years ago. I don't know if I shared this with you. It may have been after we recorded. And I remember I was praying. I was driving to work and I was praying, like, please God, angels, universe, please protect her, please heal her, please guide her. And I promise you, an angel wing appeared in the sky. And I looked up and was like, Thank you. Thank you, angels. And you know what? I got to tell you, she had a little bump in the road recently, but she's been no evidence of active disease. And if anyone has the angels supporting her for her healing, 100%. Her oncologist is like, you are a medical miracle. Like, she has a very vicious cancer. It's gone to the brain. Like, it's just, but it's the angels I know are with her. And so ever since I've seen that wing in the sky, I'm like, you got it, girl. You got it. So I'd say, yeah, that's my most beautiful example working with the angels.
What's your tip for just before bed? There's a little quiet moment. People can do something, or when
Oh,
they first wake up in the morning before the day begins. What's your tip in either end of the day?
I give gratitude. I'm grateful for being here on this planet for one more day. I run through my day and I give love and compassion for what I've experienced. And so right before I go to sleep, I always give thanks to God. Thank you, God, for another day. And I honestly go to sleep praying to God, like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And I wake up with an attitude of gratitude. And I'm grateful that I have another beautiful day on this planet, and I'm grateful for the interactions that I have. And, I drive to work and it's a sunrise and I'm always like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Well, I'll show a little bit of light on my hands, but I get to
Okay.
tell a dad joke first because if you're
I love it.
laughing, you're letting go. And I'll do a little bit of light, then go bigger. And I'll
Okay.
tell you how I got all my dad jokes. It was back at medical school in Houston. I double majored in cloning and hide and seek. I never finished the program. I had to take a year off to find myself.
I
Cloning, hide and
can't.
seek. Okay. That's the first time I've ever said medical school. I usually just say university. Okay. Talking a lot of medical. So see a little bit of light between my fingers in just a second.
Yes.
And what are you getting for a filament of light?
I'm actually getting like a bright yellow sunlight.
Okay. And what are you getting now?
I'm getting like silver and white and gold.
Okay. And ask Charlotte to come in, say something private. And if you want to see light around you in the room, maybe it'll be peripherally only, glitter or floating by.
I'm looking like around me. I love
Let us
it.
know when you get something, you got something in your own room.
Yes.
Okay, good. I can sit.
I can sit.
Okay, I'm going to read a couple random quotes. It could be Winnie the Pooh, it could be Eckhart Tolle, it could be
Okay.
Einstein, it could be a famous philosopher or movie person or Gary
Okay.
Zukav. Um, Try to do it randomly. Here's Buddha. In the sky, no distinction between east and west. Man makes distinction out of mind, then believes to be true. Here's one more. Everything you are against weakens you. Everything you are for empowers you. Wayne Dyer. Those are a little complex, but what do you get from those?
My brain goes, I don't know why this is coming up in my head, and I apologize. This is completely not where you're going, but like, make a decision. Either if it's yes or no, still make a decision. Like, I don't know
Ooh.
why it's going there, but it's like going to aligned action. And really, like, what's actually going to me is we manifest our reality. And yeah, I'm sorry. That wasn't at all what you were talking about, but
It
that's where my
work.
brain went.
It totally works. And I know Angels once said there's no right or wrong, there's proper understanding.
Oh, I like that.
What would you describe as that understanding? Is it love?
Yeah, I would say it's love. Everything is possible if you shift into love.
Okay. And Mother Teresa said if you judge people, you have no time to love them. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I feel like judgment has two different versions because sometimes judgment can help you to discern something if it's like for you or not for you. But if you're judging someone or something in a stance that is harming that person or is not empowering them, then I would agree. You can't love them. You can't send them compassion. But sometimes I do feel like judgment has a dual term.
I'll do one more.
Okay.
I believe it's from Angels. I don't have the exact Angels. It was a group Angels. Belief is power. Letting go is power. Catching your thoughts before you accept them as fact is power. Embrace the opportunity to explore yourself, others, and the world around you as it really is. This is power. Unconditional love is shiny, infinite, and already within you. What say you?
Amen.
Okay, One last little exercise, and we're going to have you wrap it up with a mantra,
Okay.
but it can't be a mantra you regularly use. It's going to be a fresh one. So I'm going to put up a fresh angel or two for you. Three angels. I'll put up Heather, who's makes hearts in her photographs. I'll put up Penelope, who's my chief healing angel. She's a football-shaped light, comes as a little pinpoint of light, and Claire, who's resilience. These three will influence you, or at least work with you, or at least give you a hug. But start to tee it up. I'll do an exercise to buy a little time. You're going to say your mantra three times for us. So people at home can maybe do this, throw finger paint, and then feel your energy. Love and above, shepherded by angels for decades to come. But here's those three angels, Heather, Penelope, and Claire. And here comes the exercise. We did this before the show. I'm going to just whoosh light one time. And if you don't mind putting your hands up like it's a fireplace, I'll put a hand up in Texas. What are you feeling as a baseline before we start? Ooh, my hand got hot. What do you feel?
I feel it in my belly.
Okay. And I'm going to push light, but we're going to blame angels and blame Canada on this one. Okay, here we go. What'd you get?
I get self-love. Do you want my mantra?
Yeah, what's your mantra? You got to say it three
All
times
right.
though.
My heart is steady, strong, and open. My heart is steady, strong, and open. My heart is steady, strong, and open.
Rachel Garrett, you've been a wonderful guest on the APL Spotlight series. We put you through the ringer and you shined big. I'm absolutely inviting you back if you'll come back on the
I
show.
would love
And
to.
yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you.